This is where I grew up from about 8 to 15 years old. A rural part of Alentejo, a region in the south of Portugal. I lived in a small village of about 1,000 inhabitants. Notice the line where the wall touches the ground? It's common in houses here, mostly white but with touches of mostly blue or yellow near the ground and around doors and windows. I grew up in farms, which is not exactly my favorite thing. Got to pet some chickens though. This was initially meant to go to my Portuguese channel, so I dubbed some stuff I said. There is a tiny part where I saw my old bedroom for a few seconds. I wanted to note that the vast majority of the speed drawings I have on this channel were made in that bedroom, so it's special to the channel. I drew a lot in school. The one I was in from 8th to my first 10th grade had people from about 5th up to 12th grade. And as I draw during breaks, sometimes there would be groups of younger people watching me draw. Now this is the biggest spider I've ever seen in my room. We let them stay here because they catch mosquitoes. Aside from that, I pretty much would spend days playing video games or watching videos of people play video games because I didn't have a good computer. Not that we were poor, I simply never asked for one because I was terrible at asking for things. The first one that was only mine, I received when I was about 9 years old. It was a program from the government, somewhere around 2010 or before, so that children could have computers. So one day I kinda just got home and told my mom I had a computer of my own now. Obviously more complex than that. I present to you the room where I grew up as a child, in Alentejo. It is as a storage house now. It didn't have a window. This floor was horrible. We had to sweep it all the time, and when we did it, we had to stay hours outside of the room. There was always so much dust in the air. Old bricks. It had 2 RAM and both Windows and Linux. Super Tux, the penguin game, like Mario but penguin, came with Linux. And so because of this, Super Tux ended up being a memorable part of many children's lives. I remember using it rarely to record funny videos with classmates, but they were obviously lost to time and were never uploaded anywhere. Still, I suppose that was when I did my first videos, but I didn't keep going back then. I also learned slowly. I don't feel like I make much progress, but that's okay because I know my conditions to improve are not the best. I would need better equipment and more time. We would lunch under the big walnut tree we had outside, and that gave us shade. It has a presence in this video. Lots of time it was tomato soup or porcelain soup, which is a plant that grows here and apparently in a lot of places in the planet, from what I searched. I like coming back here now, but that's because I'm in college, in a city now, and not stuck here. Growing up as an autistic child and also not heterosexual in a small town was not nice, and from what my family can tell me, it is still not as nice as it could be. I was around 11 when marriage was legalized in 2010, and I remember a teacher doing disgusted faces to the class while talking about gays having kids and such. Classmates of my age would make fun of me and a friend of mine saying we were lesbians, but calling us slurs for tat in our language. Or bully a classmate because he had more effeminate gestures. I remember once the girls asked him to show them his nails because they knew how he would do it. And just because he moved hand a certain way, they laughed and even teach him how to properly move as a man. We were all 13 or 14, 12 maybe. They are all probably very different people now. I spent a few days here after more than a year without coming due to the pandemic and college. This time I had to go vote in the local elections. Had the second dose of the vaccine a few days prior. I was the last of my friends to get vaccinated. As of now, a month later, my country is 86% fully vaccinated. I got to teach my mom how to care for succulents. When I started having houseplants and kept killing them, I'd feel bad because I grew up in the countryside, so I should notice things. But turns out having plants in a garden outside and in a pot inside are kinda different skills. I guess turns out there was something I could contribute to. This is a very different video, but I don't think I ever spoke much of myself here, personal stuff at least, or showed anything besides drawings. I abandoned this channel for a while, so I'm guessing there will be few views. I don't do much for the algorithm. This video kinda breaks the news a bit, but I feel it complements the channel because what I described was my life when I began and continued drawing more seriously. And as I am now trying to improve my relation with art again, it feels nice to revisit this.
Olá. E ali está uma osga.